posted to Patreon, I believe. Yes. All right, I'm just gonna wait for people to start to come on in. Perfect. Looks like people are starting to funnel on in now. Hi guys, happy Sunday. I hope you all are having a nice relaxing weekend. So I am going to be starting the Luna themed stickers today. Hi Catherine, hi Steph. And I have Luna next to me right now. I put this, she really likes this burlap sack, so I'm hoping that she'll stay with me. Since I'm gonna be drawing her, I wanna look at her a little bit. Hi Mia, hi Chelsea. So she's right off to the side here. And I have not started this at all yet. I don't have any sketches down. I haven't gone into Pinterest yet to look at any references or anything like that, so I'm just starting right from square one with you guys. I hope you don't mind, because it's a little bit more rough than when I start showing you like more in the middle of the design process. I have like no ideas laid out, so it's gonna probably be a little slower, more about just trying to form some concepts and put them onto the page as a rough sketch. Yeah, and hopefully find some references that inspire me on Pinterest and online, and from little Luna here, who's who's lying down next to me. But yeah, so let's get started. Hi Samantha, hi Devo. Catherine says, I'm so excited for Luna Kit. I've got a 6-month-old black kitten named Aria, but we call her Small Cat. That's Aria is such a good name. We were actually considering doing some Game of Thrones inspired names for her, but of course we ended up going with Harry Potter instead. That's awesome though. Luna is about 7 months, I think, so they're right around the same age.
Where do you want this?
Oh, right here, please. Yeah, you can move the TV back. Jake just brought me some coffee because I need it. All right. So I think for this, I was thinking of doing Luna in sort of a more cartoony style. Here, I can, while you're here, I can show you the Hocus Pocus stickers on here. But for these, I was going for like, I mean, it's still cartoony, but like a slightly more realistic looking design. I'm thinking for the Luna one, it's gonna be like more cutesy. Oh, Steph also has 2 black kitties, Mercy and Duchess. We can come up with a name for her for a couple days, so we called her No Name. That's funny. We got to Aria because a cat has no name. Jake's next to me. That is so funny. Luna is stepping all over my computer right now. What are these other comments? Let's see. I love that everyone's sharing that they have black cats. Hi all, I have 2 black cats. One is our Era, alter constellation. Oh, so cool. And the who is 11 years old, and Lucy, biggest diamond star, who is 16 years old. That's so cool that you named your cats after like stars and constellations. They're like paired with Luna because that means moon. Okay, let me get started on this. But if anybody else has any pets that they wanted to share about, you can go ahead. It doesn't just have to be black cats. Hi, Terry. All right, let me take a sip of my coffee. And I kind of have it less lit on the table right now, just so it's easier to see this screen. Let me clean that off, by the way. Okay. So let's see. I guess I should probably figure out how to draw a cat. So let's just, again, I'm just gonna really roughly, is this pencil I like? Yes. So I'm using the HB pencil to sketch. So cats have a head. So I'm just gonna kind of frame it out. And let's see if a cat was lying down. She's lying down right now. So kind of goes like their butt comes up, and then they're just like a little loaf on the ground like that. The tail maybe like curves around like that. And then the little, I don't know, little snout. We got, you know, ears, little cat ears. Her ears are like kind of rounder. Let's see. I guess they kind of go like, I'm looking at her right now as my reference. Kind of like that. Tess says we can't have cats because my husband is allergic. Our dog acts like a cat though, so we're all happy. It's funny, I was a dog person growing up, always. Like I never had cats. I only had really big dogs. So for most of my life, I thought I really didn't like cats. I was never a cat person, but we knew that we didn't want to get a dog while we were living in an apartment, and it got to the point where like I like knew I wanted a pet. Like I've always had pets, and it felt like now that we were actually living in a building where we could have pets, because in our old apartment you couldn't even have cats. The leg kind of goes like this. But so I warmed up to the idea of getting a cat, because I'm like, we can, and you know, I'm sure if I had my own cat, I would probably like cats a bit more. And I'd met some cats in the last year or so that I really liked, so I was kind of like, you know, maybe cats aren't that bad. And Luna acts like a dog. She's just like the most incredible cat. I love her so much. She's so funny, so friendly. She's friendly to everyone too, like any strangers that are around, she's friendly to. She hasn't met other cats yet, really, so she might not be friendly to other cats, but she's very friendly to people. Hi, Sarah. All right, let's see. What about a standing cat? I'm just like doing a super rough poses just so I can figure out sort of what this little kitten cartoon character is gonna look like. So when she's standing, you know, she's got like her paws out front, right, with her legs going up, and then she's got like these big legs in the back, sort of. No, that doesn't look right. Let's look up some black cat reference photos so I can figure out some different poses. I had a black cat named Sable that was 13 before she passed away. She would fetch like a dog when you'd throw the fuzzy pom-poms across the floor. Yeah, Luna plays fetch as well, just like Sable. She loves playing fetch down the stairs, especially. We'll throw her, she has these little like crunchy sort of fish catnip toys, and we'll like throw it up and down the stairs, and she'll play fetch and bring it back. April said, is it more pressure on you designing live? Really appreciate you sharing your process. I wouldn't say it's more pressure necessarily. I feel pretty, what was I doing? Wait, black cat. I feel pretty comfortable live streaming in front of the Patreon group just because I'm so used to it at this point, I think. But it's definitely more distracting. Like, I feel like it's nice because I get to like talk through things a lot more, which I think helps with coming up with, oh, it's my Procreate. Okay, my Procreate app is updating for some reason, so we'll give that a second. In the meantime, I'll just pin some pins here. But yeah, I was saying it's a bit more distracting, but I really enjoy it. I feel like I come up with some of my best ideas when I'm talking it through as I'm designing. Like Jake and I will do that sometimes as well. When I'm designing, I'll be like talking it through with him, and that really helps. But yeah, I had never live streamed the very beginning of the process like this. I've never shown that. I've always at least had, these pictures are so cute. I've always at least had my sketches sort of started or like my references ready. These pictures are so cute, but it's fun starting from scratch. I recognize that it's probably a little, like, I hope you guys like it because it's less drawing and it's more, again, like coming up with concepts from the very beginning. But I hope it's still interesting for you guys to see that, just to see the whole process, really, you know, not just to see one piece of the process. Kaylee has a cat named Charlie and he weighs almost 25 pounds. Oh my god. Oh my god, look at all of these black cats. I love black cats. I never knew before I got Luna that black cats are the least adopted. Because we always, like, we knew we wanted a black cat specifically. I'm like, how could anybody not love them? They're so silly. Okay. We have a few references saved, so... And for all of my themes, this is how I collect references. I just put it into its own folder, and that goes all the way back to the bee themes. All right. So back to this, and I hope you guys can see. Oh, I just realized that you probably can't even see my sketch lines. So I'm gonna go to a darker pencil so you guys can actually see. I think that should be good. Yeah, much easier to see. Okay, so this cat is kind of just like a loaf. Not a lot of definition. I guess a little bit of a hind leg back here, and then the paws are little, I love little cat paws, just little balls right there. They kind of come up. And then little ears. Of course, those eyes. I haven't figured out how I'm gonna do those yet. Little nose. And that's pretty much it. Oh, and then I liked in this one how the tail is like, let's see. I don't know, how should the tail be here? Here you can't see the tail. April said, it's definitely interesting. I also have cats that are not black. I adopted them from a friend. They are old ladies. They're Kona and Miko, a tabby and a calico. That is so cute. I can just imagine them being like old lady friends who are hanging out together. Okay, I need to look at Luna from a different angle. How does your face look from the side? Let's do a little Luna face study here. So she kind of has like a little swoopy nose, and then it kind of tucks under like that, and then her little mouth, she's looking at me so crazy right now. She's like, because I'm like studying her face. Okay, wait, that doesn't look right at all. Let's see. You're like, you guys are literally watching me learn how to draw cats. She's like, Mom, why do you keep looking at me like that? She's getting so, she's like sketched out by me now because I'm looking at her. Yeah, do you not like that? What the heck, how do you draw a cat face? Why is this so difficult? I want to like learn, I want to figure out how to draw her, like sort of how she looks first. Oh, that she's facing me all pretty now. Let's see. So that way I can stylize her. Look at me. Look at mommy. Okay, she's not cooperating model-wise. She's so funny. Yeah, so I'm thinking of having just a little cartoon cat sort of playing on and around like moons and other like other, what's it called, night sky sort of features because of her name being Luna. So that's kind of what I'm thinking is going to happen with this concept here, but we'll see once I always have an idea, and it usually ends up being pretty close to the idea I have, but you know, it always kind of changes a little bit. Okay, so the way that their mouths work is it kind of like goes like that. And they got their little bottom part of their mouth, and then they just kind of look like little blobs. Just little blobs. And the sketches always look rough. Like for every single kit I do, it always starts off like, I feel like that's just art in general. It always sort of looks bad in the beginning. You know, you have to get through that though, because you can't just be making, you know, the beautiful finished piece right from the start. It's like you have to get through that rough like sketchy stage. Map everything out and sort of figure out what you're doing. You know, just like if you're writing an essay or something. You have to first do your outline, do your sketch. Same thing. I'm doing this picture right now. Just cats are so funny. They're just like noodles. Show, yeah. Luna does this all the time. I'm pretty sure all cats do. Yeah, I'm just blocking out shapes. I'm not worrying about it looking good. I'm just like, does it generally resemble the shapes of a cat? And I think these are, I'm sort of making proportioned, like real life, obviously, because I'm going off these references. But I think the final one is going to be a lot more sort of like a chubbier, shorter, cartoony cat, you know? I just started trying to draw and paint. That has been the biggest lesson for me. It never starts off perfect. No, never. It always starts off, again, it's just, it starts off rough. And I think that it's usually easier to just be like, okay, this looks like shit. I'm gonna, sorry, this doesn't look good. I'm just gonna stop. I'm gonna give up, you know? But that's what's fun about doing these monthly kits, is that I don't, like, I have to get it done. I have to make it work. So I can push through basically any, you know, I end up pushing through basically any difficulty that I find, or anything I come across, where normally I might be like, okay, I'm gonna just give up here and count it a loss, you know. I'm like, no, I'm gonna do it. I have to. But I love that. I love having it be something where like I'm always able to figure it out. Why are cat like snouts hard to figure out? Let's see. Let's look. I want like a good profile view. Profile view. So their nose kind of like swoops. Swoopy nose, and then it goes to their forehead. And then their nose is like rounded, comes back, and then they have like these little lips. Why does it look like a human? Why does it look like I'm trying to draw like a human face? Oh my god. Art is weird sometimes, guys. Sometimes you're like, why does this look so wrong? I'll figure it out. Yeah, okay, I'm not even gonna bother trying to draw a super realistic version. We're just gonna keep it cartoony. Alright, let me try sort of going in with this one. One that I can like build up the tones. Go back to a pencil. Let's see if I can find some cartoon cats. Sometimes it's also helpful to sort of see how other people simplify the cats. Oh yeah, see, this is what I should have been looking at from the start. Just helpful to see how the shapes can be simplified. There's a lot of good reference in here. Because then it gives you more an idea of how you want to simplify it, and you know, kind of what shapes you're going for. These are so cute. Wow, there's so many talented artists out there. Adorable. Okay, what do I kind of want to go for? Sort of some cheeks. then most people then just kind of like their head just kind of churns into their body, and they just got like a little chin thing at the bottom. That's kind of what the real references look like too. To me, Luna kind of looks like Toothless, the dragon, and the dragon in How to Train Your Dragon. I feel like that's what she looks like. No kitty cats here. Daughter is highly allergic, which sucks because she loves cats. Is she allergic to the hypoallergenic ones too? I know some people can't even be with those because it's like, aren't there like different ways that you can be allergic to cats? Sometimes, oh, is this still going? Yes, I think it's still going. Isn't sometimes it has to do with like a certain type of fur, and another time it's something different? Maybe I'm just totally wrong. I'm taking a sip of my coffee. Okay, I'm liking how this one is turning out so far. I just want to make her really cute. I need to do Luna justice, guys. Is basically what's happening here. Okay, that's kind of looking like her now. Unrelated to cats, have you ever been to Gravy in Portland? No. Is that a restaurant? I'm always looking for new recommendations. Yeah, those big doe eyes. We haven't tried them yet. She's allergic to the dander. We know that the longer hair caused more issues. She had an anaphylactic reaction. So, oh, okay. So she like, yeah, you know, some people just have like more minor allergies. Okay, so I was right. I wasn't. Sometimes I like feel like I remember hearing stuff, but then I'm like, am I just making this up? Like, this does not sound real. Oh, guys, this one's turning out really cute. See, there's always those turning points in the creative process where you're like, okay, this doesn't look as bad as those other ones. It's a breakfast restaurant in Southwest. It has the best French toast. You know what? I feel like we haven't been there, but I'm in Northwest, so I've definitely walked past it and been told about it, because now it's sounding really familiar. I love going to all the brunch and breakfast places in Portland because they're all so good. So we'll definitely have to check that out. These ears need a little help. I like to, I erase it just enough so that I can't see it. Or no, so that I can still see it. So that way I can still see what it looked like before. But I just lighten it so that way I can put in like the new thing. Like here I'm changing the ears a little bit. So I just lightly erase it. So that way I still have it as a reference basically. Oh, what are you guys saying here? Oh, I completely missed where you said plus super Bloody Marys. I just got distracted at French toast. I really like Bloody Marys. Jake doesn't because he doesn't like tomato juice. But so we usually do mimosas when we decide to do a breakfast or brunch drink. And Portland has a lot of good mimosa deals, bottomless mimosas and such. And I'm a sucker for anything having to do with bottomless mimosas. Samantha said, I was severely allergic till we got our first cat when I was a preteen. My antibodies built up to her and I stopped having problems with her, but could still not be around other cats. Yeah, she'll be starting immunotherapy once we move. Wow, I didn't even know that. I didn't know about that. That's a thing. That's crazy. Aww. Oh, Luna, you're so cute. She has like those little, you know, eyebrow whiskers. But I don't want her to look too fuzzy because she's not a long hair cat. You know, she's just a little, she's a medium hair. So I don't want her to look too fuzzy. Oh, she's so cute. And she has a pretty small little mouth. Tomato juice gives me wicked heartburn, so I typically go with mimosas because I love champagne, but it was worth it. I'll definitely have to try it out. Okay, so what should happen here? The mouth has to get closer to the nose. So should I drop the nose or should I just shorten the face? I feel like I should just shorten the face. Bring this up. No, maybe not. That looked good. All right, and then you don't have very many whiskers. You just kind of got a light whisker. I won't even bother with that right now. I feel like that's like the clueless face that she makes. Yeah, I want her to look like a kitten still a little bit. I want to just immortalize Luna as a kitten so I never have to admit that she's growing up. Let's see, how big do I want? I am enthralled by drawing pad apps. I feel like it would be a much better option for me when I am working on my art. Yeah, I love creating art on this thing. And I've grown to be much better at it than traditional art. And I love just the ways that you can manipulate stuff and, you know, you can like move stuff around and, you know, some people might see that as cheating. It definitely isn't though. It's just, you know, like anything else, it's another medium. and I love it. It works so well too. It's so easy to work with. Cat bodies are weird. Okay. How do I make her smile? This is hard, guys. This will be really fun to work with. I'm gonna be working on this probably for most of the day. How long have I been going? About 40 minutes. Yeah, and just figuring out how I want to do this. That's fun though. That's the fun part of the process. It's just watching it come together. And then all of a sudden you're like, there, that's it. Look at me, Luna. How far are your eyes from your forehead? You have a pretty big forehead. And I always automatically record the screen for all of my designs when I'm using this app. So whatever else I do today, I can post the like the time lapse of it, so that way you guys can see kind of like how I go from this rough, you know, poopy looking sketches to a more composed final piece. Ooh, these are looking pretty rough. I feel like I want to work with like a more like just like blocks, not like that. Does this build up color? No. Do any of these like build up color at all? I guess I can just use this. Just trying to figure out what style I can really work with. Okay, let me try a different approach. Let me try a different approach. Let me try going more scene-based. Gotta let my pencil charge a little bit. They charge really fast though. Meantime, let's look through some more of these. Those are cute. Well, these are really cute. Let's see. I give up on my drawings too easily. They start out rough and I lose patience trying to make them better. Yeah, that's how I was for a very long time. Like, you just have to remember that, you know, like that's how improvement happens. That's what helps me. And the more you stick with it, the more you realize, oh, okay, I can get out of that spot if I just don't give up, you know. It does happen. And the more you do it, the more you realize, like, okay, this is a normal part of this process. It's okay that you know, that I'm not happy with it the entire time. Again, you know, I've been here for, and this is how every single kit goes. I've been working for about 45 minutes so far, and you know, I still don't have anything, and that's how it goes. It just takes working with stuff, and looking at references really helps me, and I draw things, you know, a bunch of times before I come up with something where I'm like, okay, here's a pretty solid idea that I want to work on. Why do mine always look so weird? I'm like having a hard time with like cat snout shapes. Oh, I think I know why actually. It's because the like forehead's too big. But yeah, so definitely important to remember during any creative process. It takes time. You have to, you know, have a little patience with yourself, and it really is sort of like this blind faith in the process, being like, okay, it'll be okay. I know I can do this. And when it comes to drawing things that you don't know how to draw, which is most of my monthly kits, you know, most of my monthly kits I have to basically teach myself how to draw something. And that is like a super valuable process. I really, in the last year, I've learned so much about creating and about art, and you know, and it doesn't really stop. Then you, once you know how to learn, sort of, then just gets easier and easier every time, and you know, you just learn how to draw inspiration and how to kind of pull it together. And yeah, and drawing from references is very useful. You just have to always be careful that you're obviously not just ripping somebody else's work. A lot of the times, again, I said, when I'm not sure how to stylize something, I'll go to other cartoonists' work and such. I'll see how they do it. But then after I'm sort of done, you know, kind of learning how to do it, I'll basically close out that reference and then create it from scratch, not drawing directly from their work. And it's a really, really great way just to, again, just get inspiration and sort of figure out what route you want to go with something. Especially stuff like this where, you know, obviously a cartoon cat is a lot different than trying to draw a realistic one. So, you know, I'm always looking at photo reference, but sometimes it's nice, again, just to get reference on how that can be stylized. I think I'm just saying the same thing over and over again at this point. I'm not worrying too much about specific proportions, like these legs look super janky, but I'm just trying to get the structure, you know, just the general, again, it's just trying to get the general vibe of, you know, is that kind of how the weight is distributed correctly? You know, can I tell that this is supposed to be what it's supposed to be? Just building off all those little little pieces and eventually it coming together to be something that looks sort of right. Cat has a butt.
Oh, Luna, there you are. Are you a sleepy little cat up here? Yeah, how's your sketches going? Looks good.
It's a little rough. Everybody's appreciating the process though. Just saying it always looks like it always looks bad in the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
When you're learning how to draw a cat from scratch. Well, especially because I never grew up with cats, so like I've never drawn cats ever. Like, how does a cat body even work?
Yeah, it's flat.
Yeah, it's just like this noodly
Little
loaf. I'm like, is there any structure to it?
Yeah, do you need anything? Any water or more coffee?
I'm probably gonna... How long have I been going, guys? 52 minutes. I'm probably gonna end this pretty soon because I have to eat lunch.
Oh, yes. That helps.
Do you want to go out or do you want to...
Yeah.
Somebody just... We haven't been to Gravy, right?
I have.
You have?
It is really good. It's next to Jesse's office.
Jake has been. Oh, that's right.
Right below.
I knew like we had walked past it. I couldn't remember where it was.
Really good.
Our friend actually works right above it, right? Right
The one
above
on
Gravy.
Sandy, yeah.
Yeah.
What I got. It was taken before.
Oh, nice. But yeah, so Jake has been to Gravy. What'd you get there? Biscuits and gravy?
Yeah, of course.
They said the French toast and the Bloody Marys are really good. Now that I love. If you ever saw Oliver and Company, makes me think of a strutting cat. Yeah, I wanted to go like, Luna has this like special like confidence and like sass about her. I really want to capture that. This is looking quite adorable. I think I'm figuring out what a cat looks like. Again, where do these whiskers come from? Where do your whiskers come from? Your little nose.
Oh no, mommy.
I think this is our first sketch that actually looks like a cat.
This in the frame.
It's there. You can barely see it. At least it looks a little bit like a cat. So I want to, so now that I figured that out, let's sort of take him, make it really light, and I do the same pose in like a different style. I also like doing things like pretty blocky when I'm doing it rough, because then I can really see like at the core of its structure what it looks like. So I'm gonna see about this and just see what this guy kind of looks like and see if I can put him into some other poses. leg's a little janky. He does have a nice big rump. She's a bodacious little lady. Okay, I don't think your tail's ever that crazy. What do your ears look like? Oh, Beth, I totally missed the second part of your comment about that the hurricane has reached you. I hope that everything's holding up. For any of you guys who are maybe near that hurricane madness, I hope that everything's well. And if anybody needs me to hold off on shipping any of the Patreon rewards or Etsy orders because you're worried about the weather, don't hesitate to just let me know. I'm happy to, you know, ship those whenever is most most convenient or most appropriate, you know, for the weather. I know that that can be a big stress. get my proportions the same here. Oh, their back legs. Their feet are still facing forward, right? Are they like next to it like that? Possibly. Possibly. All right, I think we're starting, it's starting to kind of come together. I'm starting to understand the shapes that are happening. So that's good. Okay. We're starting to get somewhere. It's not great yet, but we are getting somewhere. I'm starting to learn how to draw cats. And we've been going for a bit more than an hour now, and it's about 1 p.m. here, so I'm going to have to go eat lunch. But I really hope you guys sort of enjoyed this. I feel like this was a lot more boring than a lot of my other live streams, but it looks like a good amount of you have stuck with it, so I hope you just enjoyed seeing the process. These guys here are kind of, feel like, the best thing I've got so far, just figuring out some cute shapes that look like Luna, that look like a cat, and I'm just gonna be figuring out how to pose her in different ways. You know, I think it would be really cute if she's like hanging from a moon, if she's playing with like a ball of yarn across a night sky, stuff like this. So I'm basically gonna be figuring out how cat limbs sort of work, and how I can sort of take this structure that I'm working on and mold it to look like different little cat poses. And hopefully have it look like Luna. I'm really excited about this kit. I'm excited to finally do something inspired by her, because she's such a little character. She's staring at me now from the stairwell, trying to be like, yeah, are you coming downstairs finally, Mom? I've been waiting for you. And yeah, I'm excited to see how this kit ends up turning out. I know that I'm gonna be really happy with it. And it's gonna be the one that I'm gonna use in my own journal, so that's gonna be really fun. It's gonna be my own personal October theme, and yeah, really excited, guys. All right, I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you during the next live stream. If you're, oh, Luna, you wanna come say bye? Oh, what's on your face? It looks like she has like pollen on her face. Yeah, I gotta wipe it off. Oh, it's food? Oh, it looked like flower pollen. Oh, it's food on her face. Yeah, all right, I'll see you guys in my next live. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. I believe the next one for next week will be a $10 plus. And by then, these stickers should be out. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching the very beginning stages of this process, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!